Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Hey there, Four States. This is Luke Taylor, and welcome to another edition of This Week in Crowder College. Today we have with us a guest, Taylor Corlee. And so Taylor is a forensics instructor out there at Crowder College, and he's going to be telling us about a recent debate competition that they had. And so, hey, Taylor, thank you for joining us here on the program.
Hey, it's great to be here. I'm glad to be able to talk about speech and debate. It's kind of my nerdy subject that I tend to enjoy quite a bit. So we just competed. Just one student. I just took Seth Russell, great student. He wanted to have an experience to do the in-person competition. We normally do about online competitions with a handful of in-person, but we're picking up the in-person tournaments more. So we went to the Missouri Mule, or the Carnegie Swing. Basically, that's 2 tournaments in one. So it started on a Friday and ended on a Sunday. So the first tournament was Friday through Saturday, and then the second tournament was all day Sunday. Let's see, just to give you a little background on it. It's basically we do events from debate, whether it's traditional styles like a Lincoln Douglas style debate or a new adapted style we've been doing, which is called IPDA debate, which is debating on fun topics, whether it's political, whether it's about pop culture. It could be anything that us normal citizens would debate about. So if you wanted, I think one of it was the Labubus are the next Beanie Babies. It was just kind of a fun topic that kind of came up. And so Seth, he's a freshman, started with the program this semester, and really exciting to have him on. So we went and competed, and each day was about a 12-hour day of not only competing, but just running around, trying to just manage our lives between trying to get lunch, trying to get dinner. But it's quite exciting. The days go fast. And so just on Friday, Seth competed in what was called Novice IPDA. And within that day, he made it all the way into the elimination rounds and then made it to the final round. So that Saturday morning, we got up bright and early to compete into that final round. And we found out later during awards, but he actually won that round. He was the tournament champion against, I think there was about 20 other schools and about 40 other competitors. And so it's a great accomplishment to be able to stand out at your first in-person tournament, to be the first off the top novice speaker. So speaker points is how well they present themselves, and then winning the debate itself. And very proud of him. And he also brought along some individual events, which was like extemporaneous speaking, and the other one was interviewing and persuasive speaking. So those are all just events that are either you have a limited time to prep, or the platform speech, which was a persuasive speech, was something that he was able to work on for the last month. And so placing third and fourth, and third in persuasive speaking and fourth in extemp, it's just a huge accomplishment. So one thing that I was really proud of with that tournament, and I'm sorry for rambling on, but one thing I'm really proud about that tournament is that community colleges are really underrepresented within these in these programs or in these competitions, because currently Crowder College is one of the only at least active speech and debate programs and a community college speech and debate programs in Missouri. And so schools get very excited when the community college shows up. And then when Seth showed up and he was competing and doing so great, I mean, he was getting stopped all the time. Please come to our school. Come to our school after you're done with your 2 years. And so everyone was talking about Seth. It was a big uproar of Crowder College is doing so great. We want to get this student in the long run. So for those who are interested and like, hey, I want to join it, a great opportunity to plan out where you want to go after your 2 years. And it really just helps you get your name out there. And it was great. We had a lot of fun.
Wow. It sounds like just a really good experience, even if, when you're not competing, but it looks like you might get to witness some fun conversations break out down there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's quite a bit. I enjoyed the Labubu one. That was quite interesting. And then there's just other debates that could just be, they could be silly, they could be serious. I mean, I've heard debates about the hot dog not being a sandwich and this and that, just those typical type of debates. But they're really educational. They're fun. They teach us how to not be a professional debater in a sense of you have to follow this type of structure, but more of a real world application. How do you present yourself to an individual to justify your case? And so they can rank you on how polite you are. They can rank on how funny you are. And they can rank on all sorts of areas there. So it's really entertaining. It's fun. And I enjoy judging it. So that's what I do when I go to those competitions is I prep for the students. And after I'm done prepping, helping them prep for their events, I'm running over to judge some tournaments. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no, it definitely sounds like. So you mentioned all the opportunities this opened up for Seth for his future, but I'd say also for anybody who would go into a club or go to competitions like this, there are so many avenues in life where these skills can prepare you to do better in a lot of different types of careers. You're not necessarily having to become, a lawyer or something like that, but there's lots of fields where these debate skills and these just able to communicate your ideas better, where all these things could be very useful.
Oh, yeah. We have people from those who want to be cops one day, those who want to be farmers, those who want to be nurses. It's not about being in a specific field or saying, I want to be a lawyer one day or I want to work in communication, because all these skills you learn through doing these activities is applicable no matter where you go in life. And so just being able to learn what we call like impromptu speaking, being able to just come up with a conversation and keep that conversation going, that's an important life skill, and it can take you so far when it comes to wherever you go in life. And so, I always recommend any student, and my big thing is you don't have to have this broad experience. You don't have to have a lot of experience in speech and debate. I actually find it more rewarding for students that have little to no experience, because they realize that anyone can do this. And it just takes work. It takes a little dedication. And I love seeing that growth and that capability kind of grow in those students. And so, you don't have to be kind of that, what you may have seen in high school. You may have seen some of those debaters that are really smart and educated and know all things about politics. That's not what it's all about. There's so many opportunities that are not just about debate. I mean, there's ways of how you can progress and grow and connect. And it's a great opportunity for anyone who's interested in going anywhere in life, I would say.
Yeah. So if someone, like you said, hadn't done this already in high school, but they're like, this might be something fun to try in college, this is something that anybody can just jump into. You mentioned Seth was a freshman, hadn't even competed before, but he already saw success. So even if someone had no experience with this, it sounds like there's some opportunities there at Crowder. Someone could learn these skills and actually do pretty well with it.
Yeah, definitely. I think the main thing about it is if you have I would say the passion, or at least the work ethic, that's really what comes into play. So speaking in front of people is not comfortable. Doing public presentations, I taught that communication for over 6 years. I've done a speech and debate for over my whole lifetime, but just directing it, I'm still uncomfortable and nervous and scared when I get in front of people and speak. It's a normal behavior. It's a normal reaction, and it's actually a good reaction to have. And so it's not about, it's not so much you have to feel comfortable and be the best public speaker. It's just about acknowledging your strengths, your weaknesses, and working to overcome those. So I had a student, for example, that was at the other university I was teaching at. And, within that first couple semesters, didn't really feel like he was fitting in well, or maybe that he wasn't doing that good, but he had that work ethic. He had that heart to improve. And towards the last semester of his speech and debate program, I mean, he was starting to win awards, and it was paying off. And so it wasn't maybe first place all the time, but even just being able to get a trophy for that individual was a huge accomplishment. And I couldn't be more proud of that student there. It's just great.
Yeah, no, it sounds like a real good program. So that is one of the things available out there at Crowder College. And I just really appreciate Taylor Corlee coming on today. He's, I said forensics instructor, actually director of forensics out there for the college. But hey, yeah, sir, I appreciate you just telling us all about the program. Sounds like a really good one that you guys have going out there, and room for more students to join if they want to give that a shot down the road. So, hey, thank you so much for joining us here on This Week in Crowder College and telling us all about it.
Yeah, not a problem. I'm glad to be able to share that all with you.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.